Welcome back, everybody, to Tabarua Island in Fiji. And you know what? After 7 long lay days, the waves finally popped up again and competition resumed out of cloud break for round 4. And what a round it was. Let's go straight to the tape. In heat number 1, it was Luke Stedman versus Bede Durbridge in the early morning hours, and the conditions were pretty solid. Steady had a nice crack off the top early, getting off to a good start in this heat. But Bede Durbridge, aka the White Fijian, came firing back with a solid backhand attack. Huge snaps off the top, and Bede kept finding the barrel.
You think that it's a cinch to get up in my ginge, and if you got the inch, then I'll treat you like a prince. I made a few comments, now you're acting intense. I think I made you flinch, better give yourself a pinch.
Durbridge tube riding his way into the quarterfinals.
Yeah, stoked to get through that heat. It was kind of slow, and yeah, the conditions are nice. There's just not too many waves.
Next up was the matchup between Timmy Reyes of California and Australian Taj Burrow. Timmy was looking to jump out to an early lead, but ran into trouble on the inside low tide section.
Made you flinch, better give yourself a pinch.
Taj jumped right back, answering, but had problems in the same area. But Taj would go on to make adjustments, and his surfing from that point on looked unstoppable. Taj Burrow, wicked backhand attack, on to the quarterfinals.
Everything definitely went my way, and I felt really warmed up towards the end of the heat and felt great. So yeah, I'm stoked to notch that one up.
In what turned out to be one of the best matchups of the day, Bobby Martinez threaded a couple barrels versus Ace Buchan. These two fiery goofy footers went head to head and battled all the way till the end with some solid surfing.
And if you got the inch, then I'll treat you like a prince. I made a few comments, now you're acting intense. I think I made you flinch, better give yourself a pinch.
Bobby jumped out to a commanding lead with this 8.5, a solid series of lip bashes, followed by a nice little 2. Ace did his best to answer back, and it was a valiant effort, but he just couldn't catch Bobby in the end. Martinez moving on. The next heat was the most anticipated heat of the day. Damian Hobgood, a 2-time Tabarua champion, versus Kelly Slater, no slouch himself. Hobgood, looking a little sticky, deciding to go with a little longer board this morning. But Kelly was looking very precise. Carving and smashing, the king looked like he was feeling it. With conditions deteriorating rapidly, it was getting harder for Hobgood to respond as the tubes began to shut down. But Kelly kept the blows coming, taking the smaller waves with the open face and advancing on to the quarterfinals.
You know, nothing special, just sort of one of those standard, get a couple waves and hope you clinch it. It's a bummer when you know, two guys who have a good record out here come against each other, you know, early on. So it'd be nice to be more like in a quarter or semi.
In the next heat, it was Mick Fanning, the world champ, against Dayon Nev in very trying conditions as the wind switched and picked up, making things very difficult for these surfers. But the champ, Mick Fanning, grinded this one out. Fanning sends Dayon packing and advances.
Yeah, just try to. I knew there wasn't many waves, you know, the heat before with Kelly, they only had a couple of sixes and Damo had a couple of fours or whatever. So I just knew I just had to get started early and really put the pressure on.
Next up, it was Chris Ward versus CJ Hobgood, and Wardo jumped out to an early lead with a strong backhand attack. But CJ would keep it close the whole way through as these two traded blows through the heat. Then, in the waning moments, Hobgood scored this very hard-to-find tube in the afternoon froth and continued to rip this wave all the way into the quarterfinals.
I mean, at least there was waves in the heat. There was a couple fun waves, so me and Wardo were able to surf. Wardo was ripping, man. He was doing some good turns, and fortunate enough for me, I was able to find a couple barrels. There wasn't a lot out there, but if he would have kept doing turns, it would have been over for me. But live to see another day. Hopefully I can get my act together next heat.
Heat number 7 was a battle between the big, powerful backhanders, with Joel Parkinson facing Poncho Sullivan. Parco found some room to move as things were getting dicey out there. Parker was looking extremely smooth despite the fact that he was surfing in conditions that were anything but. Meanwhile, Poncho kept looking for the cover-ups, but couldn't find much else afterward. So Parco, in form, moves on to the next round.
I kept my dream alive and it's still going.
And what had to be the upset of the day was Adriano de Souza taking out Freddie Patascia. De Souza set things up in motion early with a whopping 9.0. Of course, Freddie, never one to roll over, came firing back with some beautiful combinations. But De Souza kept nabbing the open face waves and taking advantage of them. Freddie needed a 7.6 to catch him in the late going, but after a long wait, the judges decided this ride was only a 7.3, ending Freddie's run. Adriano into the quarterfinals.
Yeah, really happy in this moment, so just have fun and still focus enough for quarters tomorrow, so hopefully tomorrow have a really good waves.
So there you have it, another stellar day of competition here in Fiji. Round 4 now in the books, which means we're moving on to the quarterfinals, and there's some fantastic matchups coming up, starting off with B. Durbridge, who's ranked number 3 in the world, versus Taj Burrow, followed up by Kelly Slater and Bobby Martinez. What a matchup that one's going to be. Of course, right behind them, CJ Hobgood and Mick Fanning. And the final quarterfinal of the day will be Joel Parkinson against Adriano D'Souza. Competition looks like it could get underway right back here tomorrow. Stay tuned, everyone.